Hello, my name's Vikki and I work on the apprenticeship team at South Essex College. Today I am lucky enough to have Mark Bentley, who is the Operations Director for Logistics, and we're going to be discussing how apprenticeships can help the logistics sector. Hello Mark.
Hi.
First of all, tell me about your role at South Essex College.
I'm the Operations Director for Logistics. Sounds quite a fancy title, but in reality what does that mean? That means actually being the head of the Department of Logistics and Supply Chain, but also making sure that we are designing and creating the right opportunities for learners and also to support businesses moving forward, and in my area, clearly, logistics and supply chain.
Yeah, perfect. So what apprenticeships does the Logistics Department actually deliver?
We've got a wide range of apprenticeships that are out there to support organisations. We have from LGV driving, which is very popular indeed, traffic office, warehousing and storage, and there's other areas we'd like to get into. There's a couple of supply chain ones out there, supply chain practitioner and supply chain professional. So we're scanning the horizon, we're looking for that what we call critical mass to have the opportunity. But if you take the concept, and a lot of organisations will understand this, trucks and sheds, we kind of cover all bases there. So that's what we're there for, to help you.
And tell us a little bit more about your team and how they support the employer, because your team is quite big and you have some fantastic people on it, but tell us why they're more special than most colleges.
Well, first and foremost, I'm very indebted and humbled to have such a good team, and from the point of view that the people that work for me have actually come from the industry, so they understand the industry. So when we talk about some of the apprenticeships, we run the storage and warehouse and freight forwarding, these people have actually worked in those industries and they know exactly what that industry wants and what the employer wants. And also, to extend that, I think they actually also understand what the customers of those organisations want. So we understand the culture of the sector, and then we're fortunate to be able to identify the culture of the organisation we work with. So having that practical experience makes a big difference.
Yeah. And for anyone who's watching this, why is it a good route to go down, taking on an apprentice?
I think one comment comes to mind. I won't say which organisation it was, and they've had a number of apprenticeships from us now over the years, and they've actually said it was a comment from their MD that said our growth was only possible through working with yourself at South Essex College. And I think what he's trying to say there, to really extrapolate the key points, is we can be part of organisations' growth. We can help them grow through it's a term I don't like to use, but their human capital. I'm sure their human resources will understand that. To develop their workforce through upskilling and really get them to the place where they're beginning to thrive and grow as an organisation. That's what we can do. And can I say now from evidence, that's what we have done.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. As if you're an employer and you have lots of people already working for you and you want to utilise their skills and their understanding of the business, upskilling them, so taking them from a warehouse operative to a warehouse manager, or flipping them right over to the LGV side of it. Why do you think that's so important?
It's important. Any business or any successful business finds that its employees are aware and see the bigger picture and are multi-skilled. And I think that gives the organisations the opportunity to move people into different slots as and where they need them within the business. And the employees, can I say, having the confidence to be able to step into those different slots. That's quite important. So we've talked about apprenticeships, but there are other training and bespoke areas of training development that we can actually work on to make sure that organisations have that capability and have that scalability within their workforce.
As well as apprenticeships, I know that we've got a commercial team as well that delivers some fantastic things. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about those? Yeah,
we understand that we have got to have more than one thing in our arsenal. It's a case of not what we want to deliver, we kind of work it back. It's a case of, as organisation, industry, well, what do you want? Well, we have to supply that. So when we look at commercial opportunities, when we look at bespoke training development, we kind of open to conversations with industry to basically tell us what you want. But we do things like driver CPC, some of the compliance stuff, all licence, and we're also looking at ADI, which is handling dangerous goods. All these are skills that organisations require within the logistics sector, that is, and we're there to actually support that training. And also having the flexibility to, let's go back to apprenticeships, taking the apprenticeship process and flexing that and making it very unique to the organisation, but at the same time being able to cover off the standards that's necessary for that apprenticeship. So I think the key word right in the middle of that message is the flexibility that what we can bring to organisations and industry.
The last question I was going to ask, if there's an employer out there who is looking to explore the apprenticeship, what information would you give them? What advice would you tell them what avenues would you tell them to go down to try and get themselves an apprentice?
There's a number of avenues, but I think first and foremost, I'm hoping that this kind of medium actually gets out to the organisation, they kind of engage with this. And I think my number one message will always be, don't let it be a conundrum, don't let it be a problem. Come and talk to us, come and talk to people like Vikki Stratford at South Essex College, or come direct to the actual department, supply chain logistics, which we are represented on the website. We have our own page. Yeah. And talk to what we can do for you and what are the options of getting people in, because they may not have to get new people in. No. They may have people already within the organisation that they can upskill through the apprenticeship process, providing it's compliant. And I think where we're going now moving forward, I think businesses are looking at their business models, they're considering where we're going to be in the future, what change we have to make, and I think apprenticeships could be a good opportunity as part of that transformation process. So they may already have people. But interestingly, I think there is going to be instances of where they need to bring new people in for the need for it. Then again, we have access to that labour market. We've got young people coming through, and I think it's very, very important moving forward. There is going to be a significant amount of talent within the unemployed sector. Yeah. And again, we're engaged with that locally and even nationally if we have to be, to bring that talent through to some of these businesses. I think in some cases, it's a worrying time for businesses. But can I say, if they look at it from the right perspective, it's an exciting time for businesses. Yeah. So it's not all doom and gloom by a long chalk. But the key thing is, to answer your question, come and talk to South Essex College. Come and talk to people like myself within the department, and I feel that we can add a significant amount of value in bringing something to those companies and helping them along their transformational journey.
Okay, thank you very much, Mark. Again, if you are an employer and you're looking to take on an apprentice or maybe take on some of our commercial courses, then please get in touch with us.